Hello, we are going to move on to being able to find the area of shapes using a coordinate plane. So the first step is you're going to have a few points and you're going to have to plot them, and then you're going to have to find the area of that shape. Remember, we know how to find area. We know that area of a parallelogram is base times height. And we know if we have a triangle, it's base times height divided by 2, right? We already know those things. So I'm going to give us some points. I'm going to do it right here. And we're going to plot them, and then we're going to find the area of that shape using our coordinate plane. So I'm going to start off with some easy ones. 1, 1, 2, 1. And then I'm going to say we also have 1, 4, and 2, 4. So what I'm going to do first is plot these points. So the first one is 1, 1. So I'm always going to put my pen at 0, 0. I'm going to go, since it's a positive 1, I'm going to go over to the first x, which is 1, right? Because remember, this is x and this is y. So I'm going to go over to 1 and then up to 1. And I'm going to put my point. Then I'm going to do 2, 1. So I'm going to go back to 0, go over to positive 2, and then up to 1. Okay. Now I'm going to do my third point. Over to 1, up to 4. Can you see that? Kind of, yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the last one. Go over to 2, up to 4. Now, if you can see it, not really, but I'm going to connect the lines so you can see it. I form a parallelogram, right? If I connect these dots right here, or these points, I shouldn't say dots, these points, I have a rectangle. If I was asking you, what is the area of that rectangle? You can do one of two things. You can count the squares. How many squares are inside of it? That is area, right? You can count the squares. I see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So therefore the area is 12 units squared, right? The second thing I can do is find the base and find the height. Use our formula, what we've done before. So the base, here's our base, is 1, 2. That's 2 blocks, 1, 2. And then our height is going to be, let's get rid of some of these dots so I don't over confuse you, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the height is 6. And so we know to find the area of a parallelogram, we do 2 times 6, which is 12. It's the exact same thing, except for we're just plotting our points first, and then we're going back to finding parallelogram areas, which we've done before, plenty of times. Let's try another one. All right, I accidentally erased my numbers, but that's okay. Let's do -1, 2, -3, 2, and let's do -1, -2, and -3, -2. So these are my points, and I'm going to plot them first. So -1 and 2. So that means I'm going to go to 0, and I'm going to go over, I lost my negative sign, over to -1. And then because it's positive, I'm going to go up to positive 2, even though I slightly erased him a little bit. Okay? So that one's done. Now I'm going to go to -3, positive 2. So I'm going to go over to -3 and then up to positive 2 and put my point. So that one's done. Okay, go back to 0, over to -1. But now, if you look, this one right here is -2. So I'm not going to go up to 2, I'm going to go down to -2, which is right here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go over to -3 and down to -2. And now I can connect my box. Uh-oh. Not the best box, but y'all know, it's all right. Okay, so now I can, I can count the squares, or 2, you can find how far the base is. 1, 2, 3, 4, the base is 4, and the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 times 8 is 32. Same thing. Okay, now I'm going to do a triangle one. Yes, we're still going to do triangles. I know. All right. Now that I've erased almost every single number. All right, so I'm just going to put some points on there, and we'll just go from there. So I'm going to do 1 here, 1 here, and I'm going to do 1 right here. So now I'm going to connect my points. Okay, so I have a line here, and I have a line going down like this. And again, because it's a triangle, it's going to be hard to count the squares with this one because there is half squares, right? You see that? So what I'm going to do is still count, do base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to count whole box, the whole box. 1, 2, 3. The base is 3. All the way up to the top. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to the top, okay? 6, so 18, but because it's a triangle, what do we have to do? Divide by 2, so 9 units squared. Sometimes it won't be that perfect. I'm going to show you like right here. I'm going to do a point right here, and a point here, and a point right here. So when I'm connecting them, you can see that there is no straight line, right? There is no straight height. Remember, height has to be up and down. It cannot be a slant. But you can use your grid to form your height. Look, you're going from the bottom to the top of your point. Well, here it is right here. Let me get the other colored marker. Right here is your height, this line. There's your height from the top to the bottom, okay? So I'm going to count my squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The height is now, take your pen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. And that's 30. And then because it's a triangle, what do you have to do? Divide it by 2. So 30 divided by 2 is 15 units squared. Okay? As long as you're able to plot your points and remember that you have to move this way before you can go up and down, you should be good. And also, you can just count the squares, but it does get tricky when you're doing the triangles because look at that tiny little triangle right there. You can't really count him as a whole, right? So we still have to go back to our formulas, which I did so well on. Please, after this video, complete your practice, and I hope you have a great Thursday.